Well, squatters, salutation again. We're back with another one. We continue to engage. It's politics, and politics. I want to focus a little bit on the US politics. Recently, the surprise appearance of Elon Musk at the White House, and recently taking his son with him to the White House, and they were busy giving a speech recently. And Donald Trump was talking, Elon Musk was also talking, on a live broadcasting. And I've observed something that Elon Musk's son has actually done recently, and now it begged many questions on me, and I want you squatters to actually break it down for me. Maybe it will make sense to you. Maybe I'm just being overreactive on this issue. Actually, Elon Musk's son said to Donald Trump, "Shut up. You know the president." And, arguably so. Some people are saying Elon Musk's son was talking to someone who was, maybe the opposite side through Donald Trump. And people assumed that this young boy is talking to Donald Trump. But if you ask me, my view, that boy was actually talking to Donald Trump. If you look at the posture, he's a boy. We can give him a benefit of doubt. I'm not actually judging him personally. He's a 4-year-old boy. He's too young. But now, here's my picture. It begs the question of what exactly do we discuss with our kids in our private space? In my own view, X, they call him Lil X. Lil X, when he's with his dad is actually grooming him to become a bomb, to become someone very big, but you can also expect a little bit of arrogance when he grows up. Sometimes rich kids, they happen to be overconfident, in a sense that overconfidence sometimes might be associated with a little bit of arrogance. I don't know, and we don't know where to draw the line. I also don't know actually where to draw the line between confidence, high self-esteem, because I don't know, or maybe it's arrogance. It's just pure arrogance. Why? You look at the boy. This is live broadcasting. Kids will always be kids. They play around, they touch things because they have not actually started to understand what exactly is going on around. Who are these people who are having cameras and all of those things, and talking to my dad, talking to grandfather Donald Trump, and all of that, right? Elon Musk is still young. He's energetic. Honestly, if you put him and you put Donald Trump, he can actually be more active than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very old, 78 years old, almost 80 years old, 22 years into reaching 100 years, which is mostly impossible. Scientifically, recently, there's few people who live their lives up to 100 years old. 90-something years, they normally, cross to heaven. So now, this boy says to Donald Trump, "Shut up. You know the president." In my own view, Elon Musk, when he's sitting, I might be wrong, but here's my view. When he's sitting privately in his own private space, might be telling this boy that I am the president. Why? Because Elon Musk believes that had he not influenced for Donald Trump to become a president, Donald Trump wouldn't have become a president. There is that possibility, by the way. Now, let's go into the actual incident, how it happened, how it unfolded. There was no, when Elon Musk was busy talking, there was no provocation from Donald Trump to this young boy. Donald Trump is seated there, quietly so, listening to Elon Musk. This boy looks at Donald Trump and says, "Shut up, you're not the president." I get a sense that when kids say something in front of elderly people, they normally have heard that before from the elders, from their parents. You know, when you discuss something in our culture as Africans, we know that when adults are busy talking, discussing something, they will chase away kids so that the kids don't get to be anointed by what adults are discussing. So, you know, the culture of the Western culture of white people, whenever they talk, they discuss something, kids will always be around. Sometimes they will even question their parents. "Daddy, why are you saying this and this?" And they capture everything. And when they unleash it, it's more like, they are programmed. They will say exactly what an elderly person has actually said. So it gives me an impression that when Elon Musk is in his own private space with his son, that is exactly what he's telling his son. I shot an episode discussing US politics, my previous episode, you can watch it, about how Donald Trump became a president and who influenced him, actually wrapped him into becoming president and all of that. You'll get a sense that this boy actually meant what he said. And actually, somebody who's an adult, who's very close to him, told him exactly what he said. Let me give you a picture of actually why I'm saying this. There's a video also which is circulating on the internet. This boy is asked probably by his dad, Elon Musk. I don't know what he said. "What is your plan?" And then he said, "Make America great again," something of that nature. And then he continued to say, and the boy said, "Help Trump." Normally, kids don't figure out things from their head. That's not possible. Whether you are a white kid, African kid, or black kid, or Asian, Indian, kids will always be kids. They have got what I call the same behavioral pattern. You teach them something, their IQ is still soft, then they capture. And they capture it very well to an extent that when they unleash it, they express it, it becomes something that really makes sense even to an adult person. It's very difficult to hear the actual, remark, because Elon Musk was talking when the son told Donald Trump that, "Shut up, you're not the president, but you need to extend the volume so you can be able to specifically pay attention to that son. You need to zoom it in so you can be able to hear." I'm telling you, squatters, there's something big that actually Elon Musk is planning about Donald Trump, the Republicans, American politics. By the way, in short, Elon Musk wants to be a president, but I don't know how. On my previous episode, I mentioned two things. It's either he will actually unseat Donald Trump, but that one, it will be a mammoth of a task, because you have to now start fighting him. And as soon as he realizes that there's some sort of war, he will actually push him away, and that will actually disadvantage him. If you want to knock your enemy out, you need to be right next to them so they don't suspect anything. then you know that you can pull a firearm and quickly switch them off. It's easy. But someone who's very far, they become a very difficult target to hit, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just making a typical example. So option number one fails, to unseat Donald Trump, because you need support. And from which alliance? Because Elon Musk aligns himself with the Republicans. So he can't do that within the party, from within the party. And he can't deputize himself. And he's not yet in a position where he can be deputized. To where he can be approved to deputize Donald Trump, or in a sense that he gets accepted by the Republicans, and at the same time, you can't disclose all your secret in politics. You need to move in a strategic way. But the second option that is much easier is that when Donald Trump leaves the office, which I'm hoping that Donald Trump wouldn't really want a second term. He's old, man. He should just go and rest when he's done with this. But he needs to make sure that he actually does more, because time wasted for that 4 years, that when he was out, he could have done a lot according to his plan about America. But focusing on this boy, with what he's doing now, he's probably up to something that actually his dad is grooming him to become. It will be an embarrassing moment when that happens. Those skeletons are starting to show, but it's something that is being discussed. When Elon Musk is now sitting with his son, this is what they discuss. And unfortunately, he's still too young, man, to be able to understand this whole thing. He's very young. But I hope the son will be taught some manners. Some of the things Elon Musk should withdraw from discussing with this boy, because it's going to screw his mind, and it's going to cause chaos politically. So, and Donald Trump now, even when you want to ignore things which are being said by a 4-year-old, but sometimes when you're sitting alone and you think it might offend you, and you might start to have a certain impression that, oh, this is what this man is discussing with his son, and now you need to be few steps ahead of your enemy. If you realize someone is now becoming an enemy, you need to advance. Just like in South Africa, Julius Malema should have actually seen what Floyd was doing. I don't know if he trusted Floyd, with everything, with all his heart, or more than his wife. I don't know. Like, you can love them all, but trusting is another thing. You can't really trust people to that extent. So I don't know what was going on with Julius Malema for him to trust Floyd to that extent. Floyd is someone that, recently I've come to realize that you can't really trust. I don't know what happened. Why did he, give him all his heart, And going back to what Elon Musk's son has said to Donald Trump, it's very much questionable. If I was Donald Trump, I was going to take binoculars and zoom this thing in and check, try to diagnose, because it's free to think. It's free. It's free to think. It's free to start to observe that, okay, this is what the 4-year-old said. And look at the behavior of an adult, the father himself, and you'll get all the answers. As soon as you get the answers, you need now to move tactically now. You need to strategize now. You need to plan how to actually get a grip. And if you find out via maybe the intelligence or what, that this man is planning to unseat you, at least if he's planning to become a president when you leave the office, That's fine. You can groom him, you can do whatever. Then when you leave the office, you make sure you leave a concrete structure for someone to succeed you, to become president of the Republicans, because they cannot afford to hand over the government again to Democrats. It will be like they are playing back and forth, back and forth. Now the Democrats, we've got a better candidate. Let's go. And the Republicans also, yeah, we've got Elon Musk this time. Let's go. It wouldn't really make sense. At least if the Republicans can be running America maybe for the next 2-3 terms, it will make sense. Because if we blame them, we can say, you guys have been here for 12 years, then you did nothing. The same with Democrats. They never really had time to, because why? They happen to sleep on positions, just like the ANC, what they did to themselves. They've got no one to blame but themselves. I don't know, squatters. What's your take? A 4-year-old telling a 78-year-old who can even be his great grandfather, to say, shut up. Disrespectful. We now question the raising. They say charity begins at home. Raising your child. How is Elon Musk channeling his son? What kind of a person his son will become? He's a 4-year-old. I don't blame him, but I blame the parent. I don't know. Shut up. You're not a president. It's questionable. I don't know, squatters. Please, those who have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. It's free to subscribe. Let's keep engaging. Let's keep watching. I'll keep delivering content. Thank you, squatters. Sure.